Public information announcement. They intend to shut every single ticket office on London Underground network over the next year or so, with no consultation with anyone, certainly no consultation with the passengers. The effect this will have will be to reduce staff by almost 1,000 people. That is going to cause great inconvenience for all types of people, particularly disabled groups, lone women, young people, people who are not used to being in London, tourists, which are part of the lifeblood of London. It's going to cause massive disruption. What they also claim is that staff will be more visible. How staff can be more visible when you've got 1,000 less staff is beyond me.
Now, we've got a really critically important issue for the future of London here. The tube network is absolutely critical for Londoners are getting around, for visitors for getting around, for all of us. And what we very much need is a service on that tube where we know there's a place we can go on any station if we need help, if we're confused, if there's a situation where you're feeling unsafe. Having somewhere where you can go and find a person for help, that is in the ticket office, is absolutely critical, essential. And yet that's what Boris Johnson is trying to take away from us.
What's happening on London Underground does affect everybody. It affects everybody in the sense that if you use the service is going to get worse. One of the effects of getting rid of nearly 1,000 staff is that you take 1,000 jobs away from the community. It's not just a reduction in service, but for more young people there are less opportunities. And so next is Helen Patterson from the Youth Fight for Jobs to say what redundancies mean in terms of young people trying to find a job. Here's Helen.
Youth jobs, and we completely support the RNT in all the action that they're going to be taking over the next few weeks to save the 1,000 jobs that are under threat on the Underground. Not just because those are decent jobs that need to be saved and protected, important jobs that keep people safe when they're travelling home from work, especially later on in the evening, but we also support them because that is another list of 1,000 people that are going to be made redundant. In an economy where there's 1 million young people unemployed, in an economy where there's more than that unemployed of all ages, this government, Boris Johnson, wants to make another 1,000 people redundant. He wants to cut ticket offices instead of hiring more staff on the Underground. If he funded the Underground properly, he could create jobs for young people on it. He could create jobs with decent terms and conditions, and for those reasons, Youth Fight for Jobs completely backs the RNT in the strike action they're taking next week and the week afterwards. We'll be supporting them on the pickets, and if you want to save your ticket offices and your ticket office staff, I urge you to go on the picket lines, support the RNT and TSSA in their action, and support them to help them try and save the Underground and the ticket office staff. Thanks.
I actually live here, right near King's Cross, and I know what it's like, what the queues are like here already. And just imagine if they close all those other ticket offices, how many people who can't work out why their Oyster card isn't working, who don't know where to go or how to get there, are going to end up in those enormous, much longer queues. This is a situation that we simply cannot allow to happen. We need to protect these jobs, we need to keep these staff there available for when we need them, for issues of safety, for issues of ensuring that tourists aren't just wandering around in circles going, help, can anyone help me? And seeking random help from random passers-by. That's not the way this should be.
We've linked up with all kinds of public groups because London Underground is a public service. It's a vital public service for Londoners and those visiting London. We want people to support our campaign to keep ticket offices open, and also we're presently requesting that Boris Johnson, the Mayor of London, the Chair of TfL, actually sit down and talk to the unions who represent the workers on London Underground. He's refused since taking office to talk to the representatives of the workers on any subject at all.
These cuts are including proposals to remove pay-as-you-go Oyster and replace it with contactless bank card payments. You can just imagine how excited your bank is going to be about sorting out any incorrect journeys on your card. This is going to hit the most vulnerable the hardest. It's not what public service is about, and that's why the Green Party is supporting the tube workers tonight.
We need to protect these jobs, we need to keep the tube ticket offices open, and we need a tube system that works for the people, that works for the common good, not closing those tube offices. And you know what they want to do? Turn them into shops. Because what we really need is more shops. And that's definitely not what London needs. We need the jobs, we need the employment, and we need those staff there to provide for us when we need their help.
It's going to be a massive problem for Londoners if they bring this programme in. This programme of cuts will be devastating for all kinds of people, and we need to oppose it. So we're asking for your support as passengers on London Underground to oppose these drastic cuts to your service. Thank you.